What's going on, guys? It's Rob from Heroes Avenue. Happy Monday, happy Labor Day. We have a long weekend. You might have noticed that we didn't put out a reading the comments video yesterday. Really apologize about that. Darren and I were both river rafting for the first time. It was super fun. Here's an image of us there. While we were in the same place at the same time, we didn't have the time to film a video, but we are back to regularly scheduled programming now. In this video, we are going to talk about the Birds of Prey leaked trailer that is supposed to be premiering in front of it, and maybe the extended cut of Spider-Man Far From Home. And then we're also going to talk about some of the Joker reactions. I'm sure you've seen those hitting the web. It's getting a lot of praise, but there are also some bad things being said about it. So I want to go ahead and talk about that in this video as well. So first off, we are going to talk about the Birds of Prey trailer. Now, I had made a video, and our previous video was actually done on some leaked images from the trailer, and I kind of gave my commentary on those images. And what I noticed a lot in the comment sections was that a lot of people are making a lot of assumptions just from these pictures, and it's kind of funny. But funny enough, we get the trailer leak, but it is in, I think it's Russian that language is it's in, and so I couldn't really understand it, but I've heard or I've read some of what people said it translates to. So let's go ahead and talk about this leak trailer. Not gonna play it for you here, but I will put up some screenshots and we'll talk about it. So the trailer opens up with the classic WB logo, and then you start to see some red balloons forming or floating up, and of course these red balloons automatically make you think of the movie It, if you are a fan of the It franchise, also a WB picture. And you start to hear the It or the Pennywise theme, I guess, playing in the background. So when I first clicked on this leaked trailer, I assumed that this got to be wrong. This has got to be an It trailer, right? And then you start to see the silhouette, and then you see the DC logo. Then you're like, wait, there's something up here. What is going on? And then you start to see the kind of silhouette of Pennywise the clown. But as the red balloons start to float up, you'll see the reveal that it's actually Harley Quinn. She pops some of the balloons with her mallet and says something that's dubbed in Russian, and something to the effect of "enough with the damn clowns already." And I thought that was pretty clever. Some people are saying it's kind of corny or whatever, but I do think it fits the times. It is kind of a horror phenomenon right now, and it's that's something I can't wait to see. And it's coming out soon. October's around the corner, and this movie, Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, she's trying to emancipate herself from the clown prince of crime himself, the Joker. So I thought it fit really well. I thought it was actually kind of clever. People are going to comment that they don't like her look. I think her look looks great. You know, obviously everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but of course there's always going to be people just aiming to be negative in any sort of way, and I'm not that type of person. I kind of like the look. Yeah, so that's that. So something in Russian pops up. I don't know what it says, but then you start to see Huntress on her bicycle here, and then you get a shot of Huntress, and then also a shot of Huntress shooting her crossbow. And this actress looks to be I forget the actress on top of my head, but she looks to be really fit. Check out those guns right there. So this is one of the images that I talked about in my previous video, but so this looks pretty cool. I saw some assumptions in the comment section that they are doing Huntress all wrong, and you know, it's really hard to tell from a photo. And now that we got a little video, and it's really a little bit of video, you don't know how the movie's going to portray her at all really yet. So some of the, you know, I think we should stop with a lot of the assuming that they're going to get it wrong. More so, you know, we can have a discussion of like, man, I feel like they may be going in the wrong direction, but to say without a doubt and to say it as fact, you know, we can't really do that yet because we don't have a lot to go on. But nevertheless, we have Huntress. Then you get an image of Black Canary. You see that was one of the images I talked about. She's looking over her shoulder, and then she's giving this guy a kick to the belly. And yeah, I mean, it didn't look like it's not really a whole action sequence, it's just her doing a kick, and I'm not really blown away by it. I'm kind of underwhelming. I wish we had a clip from a bigger action sequence, but hey, it's it's filming's ongoing. It's a first trailer, so I'm not too worried right now about it. I do think Black Canary looks cool. I like it. But yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm blown away by it or anything. Then you get a clip of Ewan McGregor as Black Mask. Of course, he still doesn't have a mask on his face. There may be a mask later on. I'm assuming there will be if he's Black Mask, but he is still maskless, of course, in this trailer, and I'm thinking they're gonna save it for a big reveal later on in the movie, or maybe in a later trailer. I do think they should show the mask at some point in one of these trailers, and then there's the image with Black Canary as well in the background, in her singing attire, and they of course are going the New 52 route, in which she is a singer. And let's see. Okay, we get a little bit more from this guy with a machete. Harley Quinn is going to throw her mallet right at this guy's head. They look to be in a fun house, so I'm thinking we're gonna see, or I'm not sure. I'm thinking we're going to see the Joker at some point in this sequence. If not Jared Leto's Joker, maybe we'll hear his voice or something to that effect. I don't know. I hope we see Jared Leto's Joker again, because I was a fan of his, and it kind of sucks that, especially with the other Joker movie coming out now, he's definitely not going to get a lot of shine, because everyone is saying that Joaquin Phoenix's performance is amazing. We'll talk more about that later. But yeah, so you see her throw the mallet. And then you see that image of Renee Montoya with Black Canary, and I think it was Huntress, and she's kicking some ass in this warehouse sequence, and she punches some guy, and a ton of blood comes out, and it's kind of nuts. But yeah, and then okay, so then there's that clip of Harley Quinn eating a cheeseburger or a sandwich, and one of you guys commented in on my previous video saying, hey, come back to me and talk to me about this image because you missed something, and I totally did miss something. There is like this hyena or a dog, but you assume it's going to be the hyenas because of Harley Quinn's hyenas in the Batman animated series. I think it was Bud and Lou. I'm not sure which one it is, but definitely in the background, so we're getting a tease of that as well. So you're totally right. I totally missed that. And the whole time in the background, we have this cool little edited version of the Yeah Yeah Yeahs Heads Will Roll song. So I thought that was cool. I thought it was very fitting, and I'm actually really like that song. So yeah, that is the trailer. Of course, it is not the English version, and I'm excited to see the actual version. I'm assuming it'll play in front of it when it comes out later this week, so I'm excited for that. Not sure if it will be, but yeah, let me know what you guys thought of that little trailer. It's hard to really call it a trailer. It's more like a teaser, but you know, I was okay with it. It looked fine, and I think that's the exact word to use. It wasn't it wasn't spectacular or anything. It wasn't mind-blowing. It didn't get me incredibly hyped, but it didn't dim my hopes for the movie, and I guess that's a good thing, especially with the teaser. But yeah, I could see why a lot of people are still casting their doubts, or if it didn't move the needle at all. Let me know what it did for you guys in the comments down below. With that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the Joker movie. Now, while Darren and I were gone on this rafting trip over the weekend, I still was keeping up with what was going on. And of course, there's the stories that after it premiered at the Venice Film Festival, it got like 8 minutes of standing ovation from the audience, and that sounds amazing. That gets me incredibly hyped for this movie. And then now all the reviews are starting to hit the web. You got the big YouTubers who are putting out the reviews about it now. Most of the ones I like to follow seem to really like the movie and have a lot to say. I didn't really watch too much of the reviews because, of course, I want to go into it with an open mind, and but I do think we should talk about some of the aggregated comments. And initially, when I was just glancing at the news stories on my phone over the weekend, I saw that it was getting kind of rave reviews. That's what most people were saying. Everyone loved the movie. They thought it was a masterpiece. It's a word that's been floated around a lot in the lead up to this movie. And then you look at the Rotten Tomato score, and it's sitting at 89. I think it was lower when it initially came out. It was like 85. It's at 89 right now. But it's crazy. It's like you'd think it'd be higher for something that's being floated as a masterpiece, right? So I wanted to go ahead and check out what were some of the most negative things that people had to say about it. And Rotten Tomatoes is a great place to check out aggregated scores and comments. So I thought, let's go ahead and first talk about some of the most negative things about this movie. Now, again, this is my most anticipated movie of the year. I do think I'm gonna like it. I think I'm really gonna like it. But if you're like me, it was kind of hard to find in the sea of positive comments. It was hard to find some of the negative ones all in one place, and I wanted to go ahead and read them and maybe comment on them. Again, I have not seen the movie, but I'll go ahead and read some of the what are categorized as major problems according to some of these reviewers right here. You'll see in a second. So let's read off the first one. It says, are there any major problems with the Joker? Unfortunately, the film errs, I'm not sure if that's a mistake, in its on-the-nose depiction of politics and class warfare. And this is Marlo Stern from the Daily Beast. The on-the-nose depiction of politics and class warfare, it's kind of that makes sense. You know, you look at the trailers, you could tell it's going to be the type of thing that it's not trying to hide what it's trying to do. It's trying to create some sort of social commentary with this Joker character and this Arthur Fleck character. So that's nothing that the movie was trying to hide at all. In fact, I think most people surrounding the movie, that's something that they were highlighting. So maybe for this particular person, that on the nose depiction of this is kind of, you know, jarring, or maybe it's something distasteful for them. So yeah, that's one of them. And then Glenn Kenny from RogerEbert.com, and some of you might be too young to even know who Roger Ebert is, but nevertheless, as social commentary, Joker is pernicious garbage. And wow, so nothing substantive there. Nothing substantive there to really say. It seems like this person really just hated it, and I get the sense we're gonna get more people like that too, especially for people who are already looking at this movie with a skeptical eye, given how it's kind of a change from their regular comic book character as a Joker as they know it. So they're gonna look to pick on this movie a little bit more. Now, as a social commentary, it's pernicious garbage. I'm not sure why they would classify that or categorize it like that without giving any rationale of why. You know, that's what they had to say, and I can't really comment more on that except that you really hated it. So Stephanie Zacharek from Time Magazine, I'm assuming. Phillips may want us to think he's giving us a movie all about the emptiness of our culture, but really he's just offering a prime example of it. Wow, that is a burn. Again, you know, these are just little one sentence reviews of their thoughts, and you know what, you know, for something like this, that's kind of, I'm not sure if this movie, by all other accounts that I've seen in regards to this movie, empty is not one of the words that seems to be a theme. So it's kind of weird that she uses that word of empty. Joker poses as a movie worthy of serious thought, but lacks the courage to behave like one. David Ehrlich from IndieWire. The movie is chock full of so many themes at so many different times, it'll leave your head spinning. That's Jermaine Lucier from IO9. If there's a shortcoming, it's that in taking inspiration so transparently from Scorsese's late 70s and early 80s output, Joker is a film that exists squarely in Marty's shadow. And Marty, of course, being Martin Scorsese. And that's Jordan Farley from Total Film. And I think that is the one that gives us the most kind of insight into, or most rationale for why this person maybe says there's any shortcoming. Other people seem, and maybe the fact that there's a lot of themes. But yeah, maybe it seems like the message just didn't work for this kind of small majority of people. The message of the Joker, how on the nose this message is, and perhaps there are a lot more themes than the mental illness theme that seems to be very apparent in the trailers. So yeah, I mean, as far as, you know, taking inspiration from Scorsese, there is no hiding that fact. You know, you could see certain shots in the movie that are taken from classic movies. Like, literally the shot is exactly the same. So the inspiration is there. You can definitely see it. Not something that's going to bother me, I don't think. And I don't look at a movie to compare it to a different movie. So, you know, you got to judge a film by its own merits. So I'm ready to go into this movie with an open mind and really just soak it all in. Now, again, for me, and I already know myself, I'm not as critical as probably a lot of these guys are. I have a feeling I'm going to really enjoy this movie as did, like, what is it, 89% of the moviegoers who watched it. So that's kind of what I thought. I thought it would be interesting just to kind of read you guys some of the negative thoughts on the Joker. Again, it's always good to go into the movie with a little bit, with either no expectations or dimmed expectations. That way you can come out and just have a good time, and also keep an open mind and form your own opinion on the movie. Now, there's other comments obviously as well, but those are under this Rotten Tomatoes article as the major problems. So yeah, by all accounts, Joaquin Phoenix gives them an amazing performance, and I just cannot wait to see it. Let me know what you guys think about this movie. Do these negative comments in this sea of positive comments, do they give you any pause about this movie? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Apologize that we didn't get the reading the comments video out. We will get one out next week, and we are back to our regular scheduling. I hope you guys had a fantastic long weekend, and I will catch you guys later on this week. Peace.